just
My overachiever.
backwashes.
This striker is my most hated striker in the league.
Oh, come on.
Behind Ashley Barnes, behind Chris Wood,
Come on, man.
behind that
Wait,
bold geezer that plays for Sheffield, McGoldrick.
Stop. Let's not have a Samuel moment here. Let's not have a Pengus Tekers moment here.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin is heavily overachieving this year. He is one of the worst strikers in the league. Second top goal scorer.
What?
Second top goal scorer, but this guy, similar to Mane, the juju maybe is on for this season.
Nah, he's mixed race. It doesn't work.
But if you're scoring goals off your back, doing these headers like this, balls coming off the thigh,
What are your thoughts, man? You looking stressed.
you're not a real striker.
Yo.
Hey, turn that off, man.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Let's let them shoot. Where culture meets football. Doesn't matter if your uncle's name is Shinji, or Bafemi, or Mick. This is a place for you. Today's episode. Underachievers, overachievers. So this is Prem era right now. It's at game week 25.
Yep.
There's no real rules. You just got to argue what you want to argue, state your case.
State your name, cuz.
It's your boy, MJ. WAGWAN MJ.
Jordan Abbas with a B. Future entrepreneur, aka Jeff Bezos.
Wait. Before this, he asked, "What's this guy's name?" What did he say? Hey, what did he say?
He said was Jeff Bezos an entrepreneur?
Right, you be classified as an entrepreneur.
You saying, Joe?
Juju J. You know what it is right now. Just Juju J today.
Thank God.
Thank you. Production.
Suits you.
Hey,
Come on, man. Mourinho, you can't be doing
you gotta
that,
sort
man.
this out. And
Control
your
that
team.
production. Obviously, you know who I am. Deny government name. For everybody in my DMs telling me my intro's boring, yeah? Everyone to my left, to my right has a name like Michael, Tom, Jeremy. They need a finesse name. Deny is a finesse name, so I roll out my government name all the time. What are you saying, Scruff? Debut.
Debut, huh?
Debut.
I'm Tom. I'm the only one that watches full games on this panel, so you guys will be doing well to listen to me today, right?
The cap has started.
The cap.
The
Just
cap
extended highlights for you guys.
has started.
This guy, man.
And as you can see, Denai, did you want to point out what's happened today?
Oh, so crowd. Let me address the crowd real quick, yeah? Where the camera? Which camera am I looking at? Camera.
Whatever
Crowd.
camera you like.
Camera 2.
Last episode, yeah? Samuel, Pengus Tekers, came out and said, we're taking applications. We need new people on the show. But like me, I look to my left, look to my right.
This guy got released.
We released
Man's
him.
nowhere in sight.
Free agent.
He got released.
He's gone. I'm telling you. Pengus Tekers is no more.
He's got released. We released him back to Santo Semined. Let's go.
Before we kick this off, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and let's do it. So we're going to start with underachievers. Who wants to go? Who's ready?
Okay.
Let's go, Tom.
Lead it off, brother.
All right. I picked this because I'm interested
He's
to
smiling.
see what, I'm interested
I don't know
to
what's
see
funny,
what
but
three
he's
of these
smiling.
dudes have to say, and that's Arsenal Football Club.
Underachievers.
Underachievers.
100%.
What's your basis?
I think that you guys were gassed coming into the season because you had a lot of good, lot of good results back end of last year. Beat City a couple of times, beat Liverpool a couple of times. You know, Aubameyang signed to Ting.
Yeah, man. He's underachieved
300
too.
bags.
He's underachieved. You can't be signing a new contract like that and then score. How many goals did he score this season?
Like 5, I think.
Yeah,
he's on
that's
six.
unacceptable.
Six in all
Hat-trick in one
competitions.
game as well.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah, he's on 8. 8.
There you go.
So I looked at the table as well. 10 losses, 10 wins, 5 draws in 25 games.
That's a howler.
10th place.
Nah, definitely underachieved in my books.
What are you guys saying?
100% agree.
I have no comments. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm an Arsenal fan too, man.
I'd love to sit here and debate you.
The only highlight for that is Saka, really. He's the only shining
Saka,
light.
And
Yeah.
soon to be World Player of the Year.
Saka,
Lacazette's been
Laka.
good this year as well.
Yeah.
Whoa,
And
whoa, 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 whoa.
Sorry?
Can you get World Player of the Year?
Saka will win PFA Player of the Year in the next
Oh, okay. I thought you
6
said World
years.
Player of the Year.
I did, but
this man gave
I want to change
6
it.
year window.
He's 19. I can say 6 years. Give me 6 years, he'll win PFA Player of the Year.
No, I like that take, man.
No, I
like that
agree.
take.
And I think like we have the squad depth to be much better. Sometimes I question Arteta with what's actually going on. For example, sometimes he'll play Pepe would play well. Next game is on the bench. Laka's playing well. He's on the bench. So I think his decision making is very questionable. And there's no justification as to why we should be 10th at all. And
At
it's
all.
it's strange because it feels like as a club, people are like they don't even care that we're not even in the top 4 anymore, which is alarming.
The
And you
worst
said
part
that the
is-
other day.
Yeah, it's been normalized. Can I just say, mine was Arsenal as well. For other reasons, though. When I used to think of Arsenal, I used to think of attractive football, you know? Like, they had something going before. Like, I was scared coming up against them. I'm a Chelsea fan, by the way. But nowadays, it feels like they don't have a system that they follow. It's more just every player's offloading to another. Like, they're waiting for someone to be that guy that, like, leads them to the game. And it's like, it's just evident while they play. It's like, they rely on the youth too much. Saka can't be doing everything.
And the last few years, they had a Aubameyang get him out
Yeah.
of danger so many times.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think we have a style of play, to be honest. I think Arteta's come in and he's shored up that defense. That's been the first thing he's
The
had to
defense
do.
has been good.
Is shore up that defense. And I'm not going to lie, it's been better than it was. We used to concede goals left, right, and centre. I was a howler. But now it's a bit better. But now we can't even go forward. Or our forward play is so predictable. It was like, oh, we overload the left side, Aubameyang in behind, playing inverted wing, bang, score a goal. Until Saka, obviously Smith Rowe now playing in that 10/wing position. We
Big
started to
Laka.
create a bit. Laka playing in the 9. But yeah, like up front, we're not scoring the goals. That's the reason why we're in 10th. Because if you look at our defense, we've got like one of the least goals conceded.
Yeah, second.
But in terms of scoring goals, we're not even creating chances. So it's, yeah, for me, Arsenal is definitely a shout. I like that call, bruv. My shout.
Can't argue.
But I'm looking at you, bro.
Yeah.
Chelsea Football Club.
Agree.
You can't spend
How do we feel?
200 million plus pounds and be like this. Chat to me. You can't.
He's stressed.
You
What was,
can't.
what was that number
Chelsea's
again?
got him
What was the number?
200 plus million and chat to me. You can't.
That's pounds.
Ziyech?
That's not even Sudanese
What-
currency.
Does he?
That's pounds.
Well,
Well, no, let me land. Ziyech?
Go on.
I don't know what he does in the Prem.
Okay.
What's the other guy's name? Kai Havertz?
Yeah.
I don't know what he does in the
Does
Prem.
he still play?
I
21.
don't even know. I don't know what he does in the Prem.
Does he still play?
Timo Werner. My man couldn't score a goal in the MPL.
It's true.
I don't know what he does in the Prem.
This guy
I
said
don't know what he does in the
NPL.
Prem. I like Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
I don't mind the left back they signed.
Chilwell.
Chilwell.
I don't mind Chidwell.
Overrated.
Mendy is a goalkeeper.
Good.
I don't mind that one because obviously Kepa was I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
But for 200 million spent, and this is what you're doing. And I feel sorry for Frank Lampard. Because he's
Fuck Frank Lampard.
no.
I think Frank.
Fuck no.
Let's not violate Frank right now, yeah? This is about
Why
Chelsea
not?
Football Club. He's no longer there.
He's half the
He got
reason.
fired,
He's
bro.
no
half
longer
the
there.
reason
He
they're
got fired. He
I
spent
think
200
if-
mil, got fired.
I think if Chelsea didn't go and buy those players and they actually kept the squad they had, maybe just shored up that defense a bit more and play Giroud because he's obviously the best number 9 in the club, they could be doing better. Chat to me, bud.
First off, it's Timo Werner. But yeah, we'll forget that. But this is their first season. You gotta remember that. And they're coming from a completely different league. playing, you expect them to do what? Like, what do you expect?
All right, pause.
Yeah, this can't land.
Pause.
But continue. But
When
I'm not letting it
Arsenal
land.
signed Pepe for 72 million,
Yep.
I haven't stopped.
I haven't
in
heard.
DMs.
I haven't heard. It's his
I haven't
first
heard
season.
about this. Let them settle in. No,
Okay.
it's been why isn't he playing? Why isn't he scoring goals?
Double pause. Arsenal's 10th. That's a big difference between 4th and 10th.
And guess what? We're like 3 points away from Chelsea, bro.
At 10th, though.
Yeah, we were in relegation battle beginning of the season. We were 15.
We were never relegation battle.
You're about to be.
You spent 200 mil. You should.
also
You
lost.
should
You
be.
didn't win for 8 games in a row.
You guys are saying that 200 mil, like, we just got it out of nowhere. You guys forget we had a 18-month transfer ban? So,
Yeah, so if you have an 18-month transfer ban and you go and spend 200 mil, your team should be drastically better.
If you spent 200 mil and last year you finished 3rd or 4th,
think about it.
you're underachieving.
But are you happy with where your team is right now? Considering, let's say, all right, you've made quite a lot of signings.
Yeah.
Players might not have had the time to do well. Are you happy with where Chelsea's at the moment?
Once again, I feel like I can't judge as of yet. I'm going to wait till the end of the season because what we need is just Champions League at the moment. I feel like the league's too far out now. City are too good.
Astute observation.
Yeah, but like, I can say right now with the new coach, we have like a more of a system that we are playing to. It's just a matter of time.
You've improved, but why
Yeah.
can't you judge the players that have come in? It's been 25 games.
MPL Premier League.
That's a good question, Tom. That's a really good question, actually.
And you got no answer, bro.
No, hold up. I'll get back to you. Don't worry.
My guy said on his debut, I'm going to get back to you.
This guy. He's going to phone a friend.
This ain't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, bro. This is Let Him Shoot TV.
Fucking
Production.
hell.
Stop dropping things in the back, man.
Yeah, Mourinho. He's not all right. You want to run yours?
Are we going
Ende?
to keep moving? But are you done?
I said I'll get back.
Are y'all finished or you're done?
Are y'all finished or you're done? So for me, most of my things I want to say have already kind of been said, but I'm going to go with Sadio Mane. I think for me, this guy has always been, to me, Liverpool's best player, most influential player. And I think this season, he's looked like a completely different player to what I've used to seeing. I think, to me, playing with Mo Salah is just crippling this man's game. Because if you watch his reactions every time that Mo Salah is scoring, he's
vexed.
He's
100%.
He's leaving
He'd rather
the game.
anyone else on the field score
Yeah.
than Mo Salah.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, Mo Salah can have the worst performance, but you know he's either going to score a goal or score a penalty every game. And that's probably, as a competing forward, that's probably the worst kind of player to play or play with.
I think we all know the reason. It's got nothing to do with Mo Salah. It's got nothing to do with Liverpool being bad. You've seen Demba Ba.
finish.
You've seen Papi's
Papi
Demba
Cisse.
Cisse. The blood sacrifice worn off. Sadio Mane, his sacrifice is worn off.
He's not evil Boo no more.
His techers have gone. They've left him. You know,
I know
he got a few good seasons out of the sacrifice, more than more than Cisse, more than Bar, but it's not going to last forever.
Moving like the Monsters.
Hey,
like
I'm
It's
Space
like
Jam.
Adebayor.
it's like Space Jam. The Monsters lose
Adebayo
their
went
powers.
from being like an absolute machine 07, 08 to just
The sacrifice worn off.
Powers done.
I
Powers
really
are
think
done.
he's
You can
dropped
only
off that
visit.
much.
You can only visit the witch doctor.
To me, he was
Once.
that guy for
He
Liverpool.
still is.
Let me land.
No, to me, he
He's
was
just
like
not scoring anymore.
Wait,
Well-
but how do you go from being a Barcelona, but Real Madrid transfer target because your output's ridiculous, you're scoring goals.
I think they would still buy him.
Incorrect.
They would.
100%
they
I
would.
think I generally think teams would still buy him, but I think for me right now, in terms of how he's been impacted, whether it's the juju or whether it's playing in the system with Mo Salah, I think his performance levels compared to what I know he can do is just
Well,
yeah.
let me-
But the thing about the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, teams are dropping a lot deeper against us. And we're only good when there's space in behind. So now that there's no space in behind, you're asking Mane to dribble between 2, 3, 4 players and get a shot off.
But would you say
Can't do that.
When
Would you
when
say
the sacrifice was on, he would have been able to. when it was working, it would have been able
Would
to.
you say though that Mane is more equipped as a player to be able to play in that kind of situation than like Mo Salah or anybody else in the side? Not saying taking on heaps of players and
Sadio
scoring.
Mane is twice as good as Mo Salah.
Yeah,
Salah's a better goal
absolutely.
scorer, but Mane is a far better footballer than him.
Absolutely.
Salomon Kalou is wearing the number 10 for Liverpool this season.
Oh, man. This guy.
Nobody wants to say
Fucking
it,
hell.
but
Wait, so what do you think? What do you think about Salah? Like, what do you honestly think this season? Right?
Mane or
has-
Salah?
Salah.
Sorry, no, Mane. Sorry, Mane.
Kalou.
I think he went on a 8 or 9 game dry spell where he didn't score a goal. I just think that when the team underperforms, you use the players that previously performed very well as scapegoats. So
That's a fair call.
Mane's doing all these things the last 2, 3, 4 seasons, and now he's one season that it's not, and he's shit.
Yeah.
But that's just not the
He's
case.
shit.
He's not.
He's not shit. Obviously,
You know, I-
He's
I-
definitely
he's
not.
I don't really blame. Sorry, I don't really blame Liverpool, like the actual players themselves. I actually blame the board. So I don't think you can go 3 seasons with the same team playing all those games.
I agree.
And expect the same output.
Yeah.
So I reckon the
They
board
made signings, though.
They signed Jota, they signed Thiago, but they haven't had like
They signed the left back.
a left back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as backup.
The Greek guy.
Backup,
Yeah.
yeah, but I
Because
just-
they
I-
don't want to. They don't want to sign starters for their team.
But you think about the players they've signed in the last 3 years, like Naby Keita. What has he done?
Injured.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Injured.
Waste,
Howler.
man.
So all these players that all like
Injured.
if you
Say it
look at
into
their
the
squad,
mic,
right?
but
They actually
tell
don't
them.
have a good squad. The squad is actually subpar if you look at it. They've got a starting 11 which plays every game, and you can't do that for 3 years straight.
Would things be different though if, like you guys mentioned, there were no injuries? Would that have made the squad a lot better? Would you have seen a
100%.
different starting team?
I think the performance would have been a lot better this year because you're bringing our two of our starting midfielders, who are our 2 best midfielders the last 2 years, Hendo and Fabinho, and they're playing them at centre back. You're taking them out of their best position. So of course the team's going to struggle.
Absolutely.
But see, I don't blame. See, I think that I can't put that down to the players. I put that down to the board and the club
Yeah,
itself.
but
100%, yeah.
I think we should have bought a 4th centre back. But do you really think that they thought that our 3 main centre backs would all get season-ending injuries?
No, I don't think that. But you got to prepare. Like another team that's prepared or that's been able to get injuries and cope and still perform is Leicester. Leicester have had
Yeah.
bare injuries and they've
True.
still performed. They're still up there. Whereas Liverpool have had
With the worst squad.
substantial
Yeah.
drop off. So I blame the
Liverpool
club.
also, they weren't scoring goals for a while. The problem wasn't even them conceding goals.
Last season they weren't
Yeah, it was
scoring goals.
scoring.
This year, yeah, the problem was scoring goals. So the centre backs obviously were an issue,
I
and
think it's
stuff starts from the back line. But their main problem in a lot of games was scoring goals.
Jota comes in and he starts scoring goals. He puts Firmino out of that
Yeah.
squad, and I
But
think
that's
that
the
was a good
thing-
addition.
That's the thing when you have the same starting 3 for 3 years.
Yeah,
It doesn't vary at all.
Yeah, everyone knows how to
Teams
play.
know how to
against
play
them.
against this front 3.
Yeah,
And managers are set up to play against this front 3 because they know they're going to start week in, week out. So they don't have to vary their system at all.
What do you
He-
think can change Liverpool's direction? Like, how do you think things can turn around based on the squad you have right now?
I don't know. It's difficult because I think for us to change and go in a new direction, you've got to sell one of the front 3.
Yeah, I think one of the front guys has to leave, and I think that's either Mo Salah or
Firmino.
Firmino has to. leave.
Waste man Firmino.
Firmino should have left a
Shit,
long time
bro.
ago.
I think he suits the setup
He does.
as much as he's
Jota
like
suits it better.
as much as you reckon he suits.
I can Jota
as what,
suits
a
it
9
better.
or a winger?
Aubameyang
I don't
underperformed the
think
whole
so as a
season.
nine. I think he
Still got more goals than Firmino. So get rid of
Yeah,
this guy. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. And Aubameyang's playing from the left.
But you're not saying that about Lacazette, and they do the same role.
Lacazette's got more goals than him.
Like it's a better
And
player.
people say that
They
about
get similar
Lacazette.
numbers every year. They get
Yeah,
similar
but people
numbers.
say that about Lacazette. Lacazette's not regarded as good as Firmino.
Yeah, but you're not saying it, and you're
Firmino
using
survives
that against
every
Firmino.
year. If you play for the best team in the country for 3 years and you're not getting goals, you're not even, playing near the level of the other two.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter when the other 2 are getting 50 between them every year.
You're a 9 who plays 90 minutes every single game for the best
He is
team,
there to
and
co-
you
he
can't
is there to
score
complement
goals.
the other 2.
If Lacazette played for Liverpool, he's bagging 15, 16
No,
every
he's
year.
not. He's doing the exact
He
same
is.
job as Firmino.
No, he's
No,
better.
he's bagging, bro.
He's better.
He's
You
scoring.
play for the Lacazette's
Lacazette
playing
is
for
a better.
team
He's
that's
a better
finishing-
finisher than Firmino, but he'd be doing the same thing.
But he's playing for a team who's finishing 6th to 10th.
Yeah, and he's
6th to
scoring
10th.
8 goals a year.
He scored 8 once. Once.
I think,
Once.
for me, Liverpool's system works extremely well with a 9 like Firmino or Lacazette. I don't think it'll work if that 9 is expected to score on similar numbers to the wide players, because he's the one that drops in and lets them play that inverted winger style. So I think in terms of goals,
He misses so many
Lacazette
chances.
is a better finisher.
He misses a lot of
clear chances.
Yeah, Lacazette's definitely a better finisher, but
100%.
in terms of role, it'll be
Yeah.
the same.
Like, he's getting chances, he's just not putting them in the back of the net.
yeah, but he can get away with it because the other two are scoring 50 between.
He can get away with it because you're winning games.
But I don't think, like,
How's that going this season, though?
you shouldn't have to get away with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, no, you're
You
right.
shouldn't have to get, if you're getting them chances and you're a top striker, like, you play for the best team in the country.
Yeah, but he offers us so much in his all-round game.
Yeah, but I
as
think,
well.
like Jeremy said, if you replaced him with Laka's scoring them goals.
I don't know. Lack is wasteful as well.
Not as
He
much
is.
as Firmino.
He is.
Not as much as
I
Firmino,
wouldn't
bro.
say he's like
He's not Firmino
by
level.
far.
Like, Lack is not clinical at all.
I don't think he's clinical, but I definitely think
He's a better
scoring
finisher
more
than
goals.
Firmino, but he's not clinical.
He's a better player, yeah. I
No,
agree.
he's not. He's actually not. That's not what I said.
My overachievers,
Scratch that.
I mean,
Cut that.
underachievers, sorry, is the shittest team in the league, Tottenham Hotspurs.
100%.
Really?
Right. If your
100%.
team, how your team can go from title favourites in December to 9th
They were top at one
to
point.
9th, 2 points behind relegation battlers Arsenal. You're underachieving.
I hear you.
Your manager is a manager who's won trophies everywhere. Everywhere he's gone. You're 9th in the
And
league.
they've lost what, four games in the last 5. That's
Yeah.
and for a Mourinho standard as well, who's the master at his defensive master. You know, it's pretty poor.
Is that
and
down
they have
to-
the squad as well to
It's
not.
shit
They've got an
football.
attacking squad as well.
Yeah,
I don't understand why Mourinho wants to play this system with them.
Dead football. They're the worst big team to watch by far. By far.
Do you reckon if there was fans in the ground, the fans would like the way they were playing when they were winning? Or are they
I
happy
think
with
they would like to win, but
I think they
don't
want to win more than
they don't want-
care about how they play. Definitely.
100%. But
When
also,
you haven't won a trophy in
ever?
they're loud now because they've gone from Poch, who
Mm.
played direct attacking football. They loved it even when they weren't winning trophies.
Yeah.
And now they're going to Mourinho. They're still not winning trophies, and they're playing ugly.
But they're in cup finals. They
they're in the cup final.
can potentially go deep in UEFA.
They're in the cup final.
But is
they
it
could
is it a
go-
good season if they
sorry.
win?
if they win a
cup?
cup final?
That's Mourinho special.
The EFL Cup is not a good season.
No, but
and
that's
finish
what-
where? If they finish
seventh.
outside the top 6, it's a bad season.
Mourinho's
Think about their team.
yeah, I know,
But they haven't won a trophy in
ever.
I don't think
20 years,
EFL
30
Cup.
years.
But if you think about what Mourinho does,
Makes it
right?
a
He
good
goes to
season.
a club. He did it with Man United as well, didn't he? You go to a club, he wins the League Cup.
He won the Europa League though.
Then he goes and wins the Europa League. He's won it at Porto.
They finished second as well at United when he was the coach.
Yeah.
And that was a dead
Mourinho's-
squad as well.
Mourinho
Yeah.
can, if he gets them a trophy, is that
I don't
job
think
done?
that- I
Is
don't
that what
think-
Daniel Levy wants?
I don't think Caribbean Cup is
It's
enough.
not the trophy they want.
It's not enough. That and no European football next year. That's not
Let's say
enough.
they finish in the top 6, so they get Europa League. Is that a successful season to them?
with the EFL.
EFL, so they win the League Cup, and then they get top 6.
No,
But I
because
think-
they're going for Champions League.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think at the start of the year, the majority of pundits or I don't know journalists tip them to finish top 4.
Yeah.
Then they get to December, they're title contenders. Then now in February we're saying top 6 finish is good.
Yeah, I guess that's a howler still.
No way.
I guess that's an L.
So where do we think Tottenham's finishing? Realistically, considering out game week 25, I'm saying they're finishing 6th, 5th or 6th,
Fifth, even.
5th or 6th.
So who above? Let's say.
I think they've got the squad. Well, I think right now West Ham, they're in a good position.
West Ham will drop out of the 6.
But I think for me, they could drop out of the 6, which still is a great season. But I think Tottenham have the squad and they've got the killers up front to be able to win them games when things turn around.
I think they relied too heavily on Harry Kane and Son.
Agreed.
And you saw when Harry Kane went out, Son was lost.
Agreed.
So if one of them goes out, then it's like, do they stay 9th? If they both stay fit, I think 7th.
I was going to
Realistically.
say I agree 7th. I think they finished 7th.
So
I don't
who's
think they're going
who's
to stay
finishing
at
above
9th.
them? You got City, United,
Liverpool,
Leicester,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Villa have 2 games in hand. I don't know if they're finishing above. And it's dumb. It would be dumb to rule out West Ham and Everton just based on points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And West
then
Ham have a game in hand
Arsenal
as well.
are 2 points behind, and I think Arsenal's form right now is better than Tottenham.
Yeah, it is.
I'm saying
is
they
that
could,
10th?
I'm saying their best possible finish is 7th
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
They're not going higher than 7, I don't think.
I'm saying top 6 only because I feel like the manager can carry them into the top 6.
Yeah, that's what I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I think that Mourinho can still fix something up.
Definitely, yeah.
He can shore up that defense. He can kind of get, I think, Dyer. Who else is playing at the back with him? Who's the other centre back?
Alderweireld, yeah.
Alderweireld, yeah. So Toby, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so him and Dyer. Dyer's having a howler of a season.
Yeah,
he's been rubbish this season. He's usually a bit more reliable. Mourinho likes
I
him.
don't think he is. I think he's rubbish. I think he's rubbish. But, yeah, I think if they
Sanchez, yeah. He
if they got
spun. He
6th,
got
I wouldn't be
spun by Gundogan.
surprised. But, yeah.
All right, let's wrap that up. So, yeah, now we're going to go to Overachievers. This is the big one, I think.
What are you saying, Jeremy?
Make sure you just
My overachiever.
backwashes mean.
This striker is my most hated striker in the league.
Oh, come on.
Behind
bro.
Ashley Barnes, behind Chris Wood,
Come on, man.
behind that
Wait,
bold geezer
wait,
that plays for
stop,
Sheffield,
stop,
McGoldrick.
Stop. Let's not have a Samuel moment here. Let's not have a Pengus Tekers moment here.
Who else do I think is technically better than him? Fuck. Who's the Brighton striker? Mope. That Connolly guy. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is heavily overachieving this year. He is one of the worst strikers in the league. Second top goal scorer.
What?
Second top goal scorer. But this guy, similar to Mane, the juju maybe is on for this season.
Nah, he's mixed race. It doesn't work.
But if you're scoring goals off your back, doing these headers like this, balls coming off the thigh,
Bud, what are your thoughts, man? You're looking stressed.
you're not a real striker. You're scoring goals, cool. You've grabbed a couple goals this year.
What's a real striker, though?
There's
What's a real
strikers.
striker?
There's strikers that have had good, 1 season, 2 seasons, and I think that's what he's doing. But my guy could not play in any other team that plays good football. I'm telling you, because
question.
these goals are some of the worst goals I've ever seen.
I'd like to go back to what you just said. You said you don't think he's going to be doing it for many seasons. Why?
I don't think he has ability. I think his strengths are physically amazing.
Yep.
He makes nice runs.
It's good. He's good at making runs.
That's it. That's the list is done.
But that caters to Everton's game.
Everton, that's what I said.
Yeah.
As long as they play like that
And he stays.
and he's there, maybe that's a season, 2 seasons. But after that, this guy his next transfer will be West Ham.
Here we go.
His next
Ham
transfer
do well
will be
this
West
season,
Ham.
bro.
Burnley.
West Ham's
West
doing
Ham,
well.
and then after West Ham, Watford will get promoted, and they'll bring him in because Deeney's too old. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is one of the most overrated players in the
Overrated.
league, and that's
Overrated.
because you have to give him credit because he scored goals, but it's not lasting, and he's overachieving.
But are we using now hypotheticals?
Well,
we don't know if it's going to last or not.
Well,
We can only
he's
assume he's going to get better.
Well, then you can't say like what's the basis of saying someone's overachieving? It's because you don't think they should be doing that well.
Well, I think the basis could be last season his movement might not have been as good. His ability to get into
Score off the
positions
back.
to score, might
Score
not
off
have
the
been
back,
as
score
good.
off the thigh.
This year, I think for me personally, I've noticed that his game has improved drastically. He's getting into better positions. He's scoring more goals. He's having more of an influence on the side, and I think for me that's impressive. That doesn't mean like I'm going to judge him against a Suarez.
No, you don't have to go
I'm not
extreme.
sure he's having that much influence on his team.
You don't have
You
to
don't
go
think so?
extreme as well to make that point. Don't say like Suarez as if like I'm saying he's going to be at Suarez
because you
level.
said his ability. So I'm just saying, are you basing his ability on like the more capable strikers, or are you just saying in general? Because then in general, what's a good striker right now? There's not many strikers who have it all.
There's strikers who are more catered to play in more. I think what makes you a good player is your ability to play in a number of systems. I think the best players are are very able to adapt and play in different systems. And I think, he's cool. He's scoring goals for now, but these are all the same types of goals. And that's not going to happen all the time.
I don't agree that.
You haven't seen him score a 1-on-1. You haven't seen him slot a fucking finish calm, composure.
I don't agree
this
with
is not a good finish.
I don't agree with when you say that the best players can play in every system.
In more systems
more
than
than
one
one
system.
In one system. But are we...
Name me some good players who can only play in one system.
Are we...
Lionel Messi.
It's cap.
Messi can
It's
only...
cap.
can only-
Listen to what
You're
this
a
guy just
liar.
said.
You are a liar.
Lionel Messi, he said.
Messi can only play in the masala tiki-taka stuff. Nothing else.
What?
Indian masala.
What masala? The
Wait,
tiki masala.
Jeremy, though, like Calvert-Lewin, right? Let's look at his history. He's been at Everton for X amount of years. I'm not sure how long he's been there for, right?
Yeah, we'll say
He's
we'll
broke
say
onto
his
the
career.
He's a youth player there, wasn't he?
player there, yeah. So he's broken to the team.
Yeah.
And season.
How old is he,
every
23,
season,
24?
He's a young kid, yeah.
24.
Every season he's
He's
got
24.
better and better and better and better and better. Now he's got Ancelotti as a coach.
I don't
who
think
is
he's got
a
better and better and
world-class-
I think he's been
better
at
and
the
better.
same level for 3 years before this year.
I personally think he's added bits and bits to his game, and now he's obviously had a massive improvement from last season to this season. So let's say next season, he goes on and adds more to his game.
No.
Are we going to have the same energy?
I think,
what's he adding?
He's maturing as a footballer, so he understands the game more, but his ability is the same.
Yeah, but we can argue that a lot of
He went
players
in the gym.
Like, think about this,
He
right?
did a few
I'm gonna ask you a
shuttles.
question right here. Because we've both played with a player, right? Like Tom Rodgick, yeah?
Yeah.
We both played with that guy. I can tell you right now, the way he plays now to the way he played when he was 12 years old, in terms of movement, in terms of style of play, was very similar. He's just a lot better and more efficient at it now.
He has technical
Yeah,
ability.
true.
Yeah,
but
that's what
he
I'm
has
saying.
a lot more ability.
He has a lot more ability, but like, can you say that his ability was never there? We could always see what he was doing, bro. We were playing right next to
I
him.
can't see what Calvert-Lewin's doing.
I personally think
Are you
Calvert-Lewin
playing him
is-
into feet? Tell me. Answer these. I've got a series of questions for
But
you.
the thing is, like, I've never said that that's how he needs to play.
That's what I mean.
My perspective was just he's a lot better than he was last year, and the results might be showing it. Not to say that he's
And that-
better than
He is
everybody
a lot
else.
better than last
That's
year.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not agreeing that, like,
Do you think he's overachieving in terms of number of goals?
I think so.
he's-
Well,
I think
compared
he's had an
to-
improvement, but I'm not saying he's overachieving because he is the number 9. He's their number 9, so I expect a number 9 to put the ball in the back.
To be
Yeah,
second,
but then-
but do you
but-
expect the second top goal scorer to be Calvert-Lewin in the Prem?
No way. And that's what I'm saying. That's my point is I agree with you. All I'm saying is I think he's improved to get to there. Whereas like the start of the season, I would not have been like, he'll be here. I'd been like, he'd be
If
like,
he does this again next year, will you be surprised?
yeah.
I won't be surprised because
Like
I can see
if he improves on this year,
No,
I'll
if
be
he
surprised.
does the exact same thing, are you going to be surprised? Like, do you think this is his level now? Like, he's this good, or he's just overachieving this year?
I think in terms of his ability, he's probably this good. I think he can get better on his movement, his anticipation, which as a striker you gain over
I think
time.
that's the stat he's maxing out.
But I don't
No,
think,
that's-
I
yeah,
don't
that's
think we
it.
can make that statement yet because we've just seen gradual improvement.
I don't think we have.
I think we've seen.
I think we've seen
improvement
one season where he's
from-
scoring goals.
That's what I mean. So next year, if that doesn't happen, then we
But
can
he's
have this
been
conversation.
playing. This isn't his first season.
Yeah, but
it's
I-
not even his first season in the Prem. If he was like young, 19, 20, and I was making this statement like, say Eddie and Ketia.
Well, has he been starting
some
the last
juju
3
and was
years for
scoring.
Everton up front?
But I think
He's been starting consistently.
But I think regardless,
and
if
they've
he's-
been trying to replace him by signing strikers.
I think if he's young or not, the fact that a striker can go from like not scoring as many goals to scoring a lot in the next season, I think that's overachieving. If your
Definitely.
expectation,
Yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
regardless of age, was he doesn't score that many goals, he doesn't influence the team in that way, then if he is, it's fair to say, all right, he's overachieving. And that's not me agreeing that as a footballer he's a
butters.
great 9, this and that, he's the most mobile or capable. All I'm saying is, from what I saw last year to this year, his movement's a lot better, his anticipation's a lot better, and he's getting into better positions to score, whether they're good goals or not. If he's
End of
scoring,
the day,
that's all
goal's
they
a
care
goal,
about.
bro, yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I love in a 9. I'm just saying that's what I've observed in his role for Everton.
DCL.
What are you saying, bud?
My overachiever is none other than Fofana. I feel like this guy's been easily top 3 best defenders in the league so far.
I agree.
Great.
We had him top 2 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him top 2 in our list.
I feel like Leicester were looking to sign a centre back after obviously Maguire left. but I don't think Fofana was in that. Their
Plans.
yeah. I think they were looking at Burnley's defender and
Tarkovsky, yeah.
yeah. So they weren't even looking for him, and I think it was up until the second game of the season when Didi suffered the injury, they had to go and find a replacement like ASAP. And for him to just come in and just play the way he's been playing, big shout out to Brendan, Leicester's staff, back team,
Kolo Toure.
all of them.
No,
Do you reckon Kolo Toure is mentoring him?
Nah, Fofana's balling, man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a baller.
something like
Good.
that.
He's young as well.
Man, this guy, he's only 6'1.5", but jeez, he looks at least 6'7" on the pitch.
Do you think he is this good, or do you think he's just having a crazy season?
Now, I've seen him play. I don't watch Leicester a lot, no lie, but I think there's some plays that you can just see like they had that potential. They just needed the.
So I heard that he was doing this in France with Saliba as well. It was them two just bossing it up at the back. I didn't watch him obviously in France, so I don't watch French league.
Whatever French people are doing over there, it's good, man. It's nice. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know about Saliba, but Fofana, jeez, my days.
Yeah, we have to censor this if we're talking about Saliba, but nah, I like the shout. I like the shout. I think Fofana's great. I think
Especially-
he is overachieving just because nobody would expect him to do this well.
Yeah.
Nobody would have had expectations of him to be, arguably, if you're in the conversation for best centre back in the league, and you're that young, I think you're overachieving. Like not
Yeah.
overachieving in a sense you're not going to be good later on, but just to be at that level,
First season as well.
it's a
Yeah,
it's
he's
a lot,
coming.
and it shouldn't be overlooked.
So my overachievers, I'm just going to go for club. I'm going for West Ham. I think finishing 16th last season to they're in the top 5 right now for game in hand. I'm pretty sure
David Moore.
it's impressive, and regardless of the players that they have, the style of football, I think to be
And they have some
competing.
terrible players.
Yeah,
Like, who plays like
Did they play Antonio? up
Antonio.
front?
He's doing all right
No,
though.
can I just say something about
He's doing
Antonio?
all right.
Can I just say something about Antonio? Is he actually a striker or is he a right wing back?
He's a wing back playing striker.
I've said this on Twitter so many
He's like
times.
if Mika Richards played striker.
Yeah, he's a wing back who just gets
Same-
put up there
same
because he went gym. He went gym, got hench,
got
and now he
hench.
just holds the ball up.
Yeah, he got hench. Nah, he's dead. Like he's doing his job. He's doing a
he's
job.
doing
A
his
job,
job.
not his job, a job. But he is dead.
Who else is good? Sionche is good, I reckon. I reckon he's a decent player.
Dawson.
Wait, is it Sionche?
Fucking
Nah,
just
not
go
Sionche.
past Deny saying these random names that have nobody's ever heard of.
How do you say
Also,
his name?
Sionchu plays for Leicester.
No, not Sionche. The guy, Suchek, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Suchek.
Good save.
Crowd, I apologize,
Good
yeah?
save.
Suchek,
This
yeah,
guy
him
said
and
Song Choo Choo.
Suchek. What about Rice? What everyone thoughts on Rice?
I hate
Overrated.
I
Declan
think
Rice.
he's English hype as much as
I bet Bud likes him. He likes them type of players. He likes
He's
them
a
type of
Chelsea
players.
youth. He's a
Declan Rice
Chelsea
is
youth.
dead, bro.
Like in
What is Declan Rice good at? Tell me.
I just like players that do a job.
He's a DM that does his job.
What is he good at? Tell me.
He's a DM that does his
Tell
job.
me what he's good at.
DM shit. What else do you want me to say? Like, what does a DM do?
You tell me.
Wins the ball,
Uh-huh.
tick. I'll give him a tick for that.
Are you?
What else?
This guy is
No,
dead,
hold on,
bro.
hold on, hold on.
One of the most overrated players in the league.
Incorrect. I feel like he has improved
Would you take Declan Rice at Chelsea?
over Kante or
Just in general.
Because we've been rumored to bind him and play
Yeah.
him as a CB, and honestly, that wouldn't have been a bad idea.
So he's a good
I would've-
CB.
I would have loved to see that happen.
over who?
Over
Who are you
Any of
playing
them
him
dead
over?
centre backs, who cares? Thiago Silva keeps his spot, everyone else can leave.
Rudiger. I don't rate Rudiger at all.
You like Zuma?
Yeah, I feel like Zuma's a better defender to have on the team
Fuck.
starting.
I'd rather play against Rudiger than Zuma. Because who knows what, if your leg's getting broken,
Play
if
against.
you're getting kicked in the chest, who knows? I
Do
don't
you mean
know.
like play against?
Yeah, I'd rather play against Rudiger than Zuma.
So
yeah.
you'd start Zuma if you're on that team.
Nah, but I think he's reckless. reckless.
Reckless
But
aggressive.
I feel like he's realized that, and he's trying to improve in that like aspect. Like he's
Zuma.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's thinking
Zuma's
more.
a better player.
Zuma has improved, but
Definitely.
not to go on a tangent about Zuma, but yeah, he has improved.
Yeah.
All right, well, West Ham definitely overachieving.
100%.
definitely. Because you can't tell me players in their team that you're definitely saying these are good players.
No, but like...
Because I can't think of one.
I can't...
I like Benrahma.
Yeah, but he's not like...
I don't think
he's
he's
not
had a
top
crazy
level.
impact, but I like him as a player. Like, he's a
just signed
baller.
recently.
But anyone else?
That's really it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's like,
You have to say Moyes is a goodish
I'm gonna
coach.
say I like Lingard. He's come to the squad. I like him as like
my
just
God.
because he's like an influencer and he just does funny shit. But like as a footballer, at least he's getting a chance to play.
Shout
now.
out you, man. Come on. I don't know. Lingard, I don't even know. Shout out you. Shout out Jesse Lingard.
But what are your thoughts on this?
Big J Links. I reckon he's good. He suits West Ham.
He's a West Ham level player. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like West Ham, Everton, Arsenal, all them.
No. Don't say that, bud.
Jesus is Lord.
Skip this guy, please.
Did you just say Arsenal, bro?
I
Please don't do us like that.
But don't make me expose you on here.
It's just been shocking what Arsenal have been doing. So I feel like
Well said.
Let's just
Well
keep
said.
this moving.
Deny,
Very, very well said.
please go.
Lingard's is kind of shocking.
Lingard.
Suits a shocking team.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Let's
what am I
go,
saying?
D.
Run him
My
up, pause.
overachiever is Gundogan, Man City. I feel as though the last 4 years.
If it's on a... Yeah, sorry.
So it's,
We'll let you
it's
land.
purely
We'll let you
based
land.
down to like output. He's obviously, I think his performance has gone back to kind of his Dortmund days. But for the last like 4 seasons, he's been at City for 5 years. 4 seasons, he's scored what, maybe 15, 20 goals.
In total?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in total.
4 or
This
5 a
season
season.
alone, he's played 18 games or 19 games, whatever. He's got 11.
Yeah,
And
it's his best ever goal scoring season.
Yeah, and he's playing ridiculous. Like if you think about it, KDB got injured. He's just, all right, I'm gonna boss this.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
So get on my back.
they haven't had a consistent 4 or like 9 attacker who's there to score goals. So I think the fact that he's stepping up, it's pretty impressive to me.
I don't entirely agree.
I was going to...
I think take away the goals.
Gundogan has been at this level for a while and has been... There was one season where he was their second best midfielder to De Bruyne, I think. And he's recently had a positional change, which has allowed him to get further up the field. And now he's just scoring goals. But people are only realizing how good he is now that he is scoring goals.
I
But he
agree.
was always that good.
I agree.
I don't
think his level of play is like... I think he's a great player. I don't think his level of play is amazing. Like, best top 10 midfielders in the world is
No.
what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
But
in the Prem, I'd say.
No, definitely a great midfielder. Like, one of the best midfielders in the Prem. But I think because, like Tom said, the goals, that's why people think he's like playing at a
People
way
are only
higher
giving
level
him credit now because of the goals.
for the goals.
No, but I think
you look at him in the game and his overall play is very similar from the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I think now he's got more responsibility. Like before, let's say
I agree.
KDB's playing in the squad,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, you're going to take a back seat.
Also,
to
no
better
David
player.
Silva.
Yeah. Obviously, you're going to take a back seat to better
Overrated.
players, right? But when you have the opportunity to step into that space, if you do step into that space and start performing, all we can base him on is the level that he was playing at before. And if he's adding more goals into his game, and he's
I think
adding bits of
stats-wise,
shots-
he's
so from
overachieving.
I'm saying from an output point of view, I think he's overachieving for that type of player we've come accustomed to watching him the way he's meant to be playing.
And
Would
no
you-
midfielder scores like back-to-back doubles in games.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
that's not really a thing that
impressive.
happens.
That's why for me he's been one of the overachievers thus far. In this
I don't
season.
agree with you, but
Would you guys-
I understand.
I understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys, if we were talking about Phil Foden, Stones, would you say that those two could be arguably more? Are they overachieving more?
I don't think Phil
From Gundogan?
Foden, because now he's getting minutes
Yeah.
and he's showing how good he is. Potentially Stones, because he's out of the team for basically 2
He's
years
not
straight.
young.
Yeah, he's 26 now.
Yeah. No, but
He's been at
I
City
get
for a
it.
while.
I definitely get it. Not a bad take, but
All right, let's go, Tom.
All right, my player is a player who's previously been at a top 6 club. He's been on loan for 3 or 4 seasons previously in the Championship. He's been on loan in the Prem, hasn't done anything really. Now he's back permanently with the team in the Prem. The Yorkshire Ibra, Bam God, Patrick Bamford.
I've never heard of someone called a Yorkshire Ibra, bro.
Are you going to let that land?
Nah, I'm
He's
not letting
Jeremy's
that
favourite
land.
player in the league.
Let's pause for a minute. Are you comparing him to Ibra, really?
he's better than you, bro.
It's just as good.
like better than Ibra right now?
Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
No,
He's Jeremy's favourite player.
Even then, he's not
Right now
better
in the
than
league.
he's
Ibra
not
right
better
now.
than Ibra.
Better than ever right now, definitely.
Elaborate, man. Chat to us.
I love Bam God.
He's equal top open play goals this year. He's got a total of 12 goals in the league, and I just think that, you know, this is kind of his breakout season, but at 27. I think I'd be very surprised if he does this again next year.
It's crazy how, like, he's only 27. Like, I feel like this guy's been around the Prem football for, like, 15 years. I've heard his name for so long. But he's only 27. I know that's, like, older in the football years, but for me, if I'm thinking about Bamford, I'm thinking, oh, dude's in his 30s at least. I've just known
And
him
he's
for so long.
had time in the Prem to prove himself, and he hasn't done it before.
Yeah. I think my biggest call out with Bamford is he's extremely wasteful. And to a degree, he definitely suits Leeds and their playing style. But I think for me, it's like, would he be able to replicate his performances in another side?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think Leeds is set up perfectly for him.
I think Bios has got it going.
Bud, what are your thoughts, man?
Here we go.
Nah, Bam's a good shout. I feel like he's very comfortable with himself. Like, he's not trying to do anything different. He knows his game, plays to his strengths, I reckon.
I think for me, what I love about Bamford is he's not a one-dimensional striker. Like, he can do a lot of things well, and that's the reason he gets a lot of chances. Like, in behind, runs in behind, link up play, finishing off like good football, as well as crosses, fucking balls over the top. Like, he can do a lot of things for a team, which is what I think makes him a better player, and what can make him, you know, have consistency over a few years. If you're playing in the Prem for a few years, I think a guy like him will continue at the level he is, like, scoring at right now, more so than like a DCL.
So you've said, like, he's like this complete player, yeah?
Not complete, but I think
But,
he's
like,
got a lot of
attributes?
elements, yeah.
I
So
think-
why does he not then... Why can't he replicate this at another club? You said he can't replicate
I
this
think
at
he
another
can.
club.
Maybe not to the extent, just because the team is very much set up for a striker to score goals. That's why I think he won't be able to replicate this exact form, but I think he scores goals at other teams.
I don't think he's good enough to play for a team that's finishing above 10th, though.
No. And I think, like, because he's so wasteful, I think he'd struggle to play in a side where you're getting a couple of chances a game, and it's like you need to put one to both away.
Yeah.
Whereas I think with Leeds, he can afford to completely butcher a chance because he's going to get the same chance in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I think that's why he's got so much more composure, and perhaps why he's more relaxed as a player, because he knows that he's going to get a lot of chances. So he can score 1 to 2 goals, but he's missed potentially 5 very good chances.
But also look at the teams who are in the top 10. I think he could start for like 4 of them.
West Ham?
West Ham, definitely.
I think
Everton, definitely.
I think that's a
Aston
good
Villa,
shout.
definitely.
Over Ollie.
I rate Ollie Watkins, but I'm just saying I think he could play for them, and it wouldn't look out of place.
That's a good shout. That's
Yeah,
fair.
but that's their level. Their team's
But
finishing
they're
around 10th.
They're
9th.
in the top 10. I'm just saying at the moment.
Yeah.
The teams below he
Based
can
on right
definitely play
now.
for. There's nobody who's not in the top 10, maybe Wolves, who you should say should be in the top 10.
Yeah, probably.
How do we compare Bamford to the likes of Lacazette?
In terms of what ability?
Just general. Would you, if we were to put Lacazette into that lead side, is he scoring more goals? Is he having better performances? Or do you think Bam God is doing a better job?
Bamford's doing a better job because he's more mobile. Leeds play fast, direct attacking football.
Yeah, I agree.
Lacazette's
He's not suited for that.
one of his main strengths is playing back to goal.
Yeah, and an extension of Jeremy's point, I think a lot of forwards in this day and age are either very good at hold-up play or very good at in-behind. And I think Bamford is definitely very capable of doing both. Not to the same standard as a Lacazette in terms of his hold-up, but his hold-up is good enough, and his in-behind play is good enough as well. And I think that's what makes him that's what's making him quite successful this season.
Dunno, you look like you have something to say to the fans.
I'm liking what I'm hearing, man.
You don't have anything to say to the fans though before we wrap up?
Oh, we're wrapping up. Let me address the fans. Chat to these people, man.
So, judging off what MJ just said, do we reckon Bamford is a better striker than Lacazette?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I think they're
he's
different
not.
strikers. I think I'd prefer to have a Lacazette in my side, especially if we're playing like a 3 setup. But I'm personally choosing Lacazette, whether that's a bias or not, probably. But I think Lacazette's a better 9.
100%.
That's good to hear, boys. But before we leave, I gotta say something. Crowd, which camera am I looking at? Production.
Camera 3.
Alright.
Camera 1. Camera 2.
Crowd. This has been a pretty decent episode, yeah. Like we've all kind of stressed our points.
Amicable.
It's been all right. Why has it
mature.
been that way? It's been mature.
You're smiling at the end.
There's no youngins here. There's no youth players. Pengas
This
Techers
guy said youth players.
is a youth player. If you lot play Football Manager, type in his name. Youth squad.
Samuel, man,
Youth.
enjoy your loan spell.
He's on loan. Production.
The team seems to be functioning. Enjoy it.
Production, yeah. Production make all the decisions.
Maybe get comfortable. Maybe buy a house where you're at.
Production make all the decisions.
Turn that rent into a mortgage because you're going to be
And
there
they
for a while.
decided that we need first team ballers on the panel. So we welcomed, my guy to my right over here, Tom, baller. Bud over there, even though he's a Chelsea fan.
Stranger
he
guy.
came on. Let's note
Joff
that
Buzus.
Tom is a Liverpool supporter, so he came through and replaced Pengas Techers. That's a dead
wrap
name,
it.
by the way. But yeah, he's on loan. Production will decide when he comes back. I don't
Let
know
him
when that
know,
is.
MJ.
I don't know when that is.
Finish
But yeah, that's
himself.
me, man. That's me.
We're going to wrap this up. Underachievers, overachievers. Let us know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below. We out here.
Safe. I'm gone.
But